All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our Arizona Coyotes in year number 1. We just finished the, we didn't play the All-Star game, but we simulated past the All-Star game, signaling the second half of the NHL season. We're a little bit past halfway, but you know what I mean. And we're 18, 24, and 4. We started off the year pretty good, 7-1 and 1, but, I thought with this team, yeah, we were maybe going to be a playoff team, but more than likely not going to be a playoff team. That's why in the last video, I was tempted to make a trade for an older player to give ourselves a chance to make those playoffs, but I held myself back from doing it, and I'm glad I did, because if I traded a guy like Korpikoski for Elias, well, I just gave up trade value for no reason, right? 18, 24, and 4, and right now we sit second last in the NHL. So I think it's safe to assume that the playoffs are just not going to happen this year. We'd have to go on an amazing run just to get back into the playoffs, and that's not going to happen. So I want to start off this video by making some trades. I don't want to simulate to the trade deadline because we could win some games, right? If we're going to lose the season, let's try to lose as much as we can so we can get ourselves a better draft pick. So we will get rid of some players right now. I'm going to save some players still to the trade deadline. We might get that far in this video. I don't know. But as of right now, the players that I want to get rid of. Alfredsson, Shane Doan. All right, so Shane Doan, some people saying not to trade him. I think I am going to trade him. There's no reason to hold on to him. He might retire this year, and even if he doesn't, let's give him a shot to win the Stanley Cup somewhere. But I'm going to wait to the trade deadline to trade away Shane Doan so I can figure out a team that's at the top of the Western or Eastern Conference so that we can give him a chance to play in the playoffs and go win that Stanley Cup. But a guy like Daniel Alfredsson, we could trade right now. 85 overall, 42 years old, 1 year left. He's been a great player for us this year, but just not working out for us. Let me take off my sweater for this. We got to get into GM mode right now. All right, so I think I want to go for draft picks or prospects. Now, the prospects that are available, I already went through the list. There's a few, like the Vancouver Canucks and the Washington Capitals have a few, like Burakovsky, 73 overall, 19 years old. Even though he's only like 4-star potential, you got to look at the overall tied in with the age. 73 overall at 19 years old, that's very good. It's not like somebody with like 65 overall at 20 years old with 4-star potential. You know what I mean? You have to kind of bring it all into one and come up with a trade value yourself. So Burakovsky wouldn't be a bad one. Trade value's a little bit much though. I'll show you the Vancouver Canucks. They got Hunter Shinkaruk, who would be I don't know why they want to trade him. 74 overall, 20 years old at 4.5-star. But maybe the Vancouver Canucks are at the top of the Western Conference. So that's why. No, they're at the bottom. They're at 44 points. So they want to give up young guns. I guess they're trying to desperately make the playoffs. That's what it is. So you know what? I think I might want to make a trade with the Vancouver Canucks here if they have the cap space. I can get Alfredsson on the same line with the Sedin twins. There you go. Now, can they afford his cap, and do they want him? Hang on a sec. Alfredsson. So they do want him, and they can afford him. All right. So I don't think I'm going to be able to go after any of their draft pick players because the trade value is a little bit much, like Hunter Shinkaruk. See what I mean? I'd have to give up like another Daniel Alfredsson and then another asset of some sort. That trade value for Alfredsson is like only 1/3 of Hunter Shinkaruk. So the way to build a team is to not trade away all your assets. It's to use the draft and to get guys who have low trade value. It's just too much to get a Hunter Shinkaruk. And also, we already have 2 left wingers in Max Domi and Pierlini, right? So I'm more looking for centers and right wingers right now. So Hunter Shinkaruk just doesn't work out. But the draft picks, do they want to give up draft picks? Because yes, they do. Now their first round pick, it's very valuable right now, so I'm not going to be able to get that. But their second round pick, I might be able to get for Daniel Alfredsson. All right, now do they have any other players here? Tanev, just looking for somebody with low. Sanguinetti, this guy could be someone. 26. He's already 26 years old. Never mind. No, they really don't have no potential players that I could pick up in this trade. All right, so all skaters here. Go back to, there you go. And I'll just get a guy with 1 year left. There's Mallet guy. All right, so Mallet, and it's second for Daniel Alfredsson. Now, remember, this is the year 1 draft, so like I hope I can get 4-star, 3.5-star players in the second round. So this is a worth it trade for me. I don't know if it'll go through, though. So Daniel Alfredsson for a second-round pick in this year's draft from Vancouver and Mallet. Will it go through? No, it did not. Table it. It's too far off. So, you know what? Do I still have those? Yes, I do. I can trade away this guy. Bunting. Goalies. Burke, I'm going to hold on to you. Dubnik, Langhammer, Justin Pogge, McKenna. Langhammer, I'll hold on to you. I want to see what 3.5 green star can turn out to be in this game. We'll trade away some draft picks here. Give away a 7th, 2 7ths. All right. If this doesn't go through, I might change the team. I'm going to take my time with these trades, boys, but I don't want to give up too much. Daniel Alfredsson, I should be able to get a 2nd-round pick from him straight up from some team. All right, so will it go through? Okay, no. All right, so let's not trade with Vancouver. Let's find another team that wants Alfredsson, and it's got a little bit, yeah, I mean, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they got a less trade value on that 2nd. Might even be able to go for the 1st. Let's see. No, let's just get the 2nd. All right, it's not like NHL 14, boys. 2nd-round picks are valuable in this one. You know what I mean? All right, so we'll get. Is it salary cap? Yeah, it's salary cap. All right, we might not be able to make this trade. Let me see if they have anybody with a lot of salary. Oland, 2 years at 3.5. Yeah, I would take that salary on for you if you need to. Yeah, I would do it. Oland, there you go. So we're gonna get Matthias Oland as a defenseman, but we're just picking him up so we can get salary to make this trade go through. He's got 2 years left, but we're not going to have to worry about salary cap next year, and he may retire. So I'm fine with taking on this salary. All right, so Daniel Alfredsson, Bunting. I don't need to give my 2 7ths anymore. Take those back. All right, Daniel Alfredsson and Bunting for a 2nd. I think I can actually get a 3rd in this as well if I add in those 7ths. All right, so Alfredsson and 2 7ths for a 2nd and a 3rd from Tampa Bay this year. Will it go through? Nope, not yet. All right. Let me give me a 4th in there. Will it go through? Nope. Wow, really? I thought that would for sure go through. 5th? Nope. All right. How about just the 2nd? Give me back my 2 7ths. Alfredsson, and yeah, that should go through. Holy crap. Alfredsson for a 2nd. Will it go through? Wow. Still didn't go through. Okay, so the trade values are a little bit harder. Okay, I'll give you a 7th now. What? Holy shit. All right, you're making me kill my GM reputation here, but whatever, we'll deal with it with 2 7ths. All right, so we traded Daniel Alfredsson and 2 7ths for Tampa Bay's 2nd-round pick this year. So we have our 1st-round pick, we have Detroit's 2nd, we have our 2nd, and now we have Tampa Bay's 2nd. So 3 2nd-round picks, 2 3rd-round picks, starting to build up for the draft. So there's one trade. Oland's. I could trade Olin for maybe a 4th or something. Actually, no team would want that salary. Never mind. Shane Doan, I'll wait. David Moss. Yeah, I want to get rid of these high overall players right now because they will help our team with the better regular season, and I want to flop for the rest of the year kind of thing. So the St. Louis Blues, same thing. I might be able to get a 2nd-round pick from St. Louis. There you go. Go through some more teams here. You know, who's at the top of the list? I want to just see who the top 4 teams are, because they would have the lowest trade value for their 1st-round picks. So I just want to see who they are, because it might be a smart idea to try to trade for a 1st-round pick for next year's draft. So Anaheim, Edmonton, well, Anaheim, Chicago. Yeah, Anaheim, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Philly, Toronto. Anaheim, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Philly, Toronto. Anaheim. All right, so Anaheim and Chicago. Let's see what their draft picks. Yeah, all right, so Anaheim's 1st-round pick looks like that. What about Chicago? Chicago. Looks like that. All right, so it's actually still high for next year, but I might be able to get a 1st or 2nd-round pick from Chicago and Anaheim, which is good news. So we'll try the Anaheim Ducks. All right, they got $9.4 million, so they have the cap space. So all skaters. All right, do they? Oh, they don't want. Actually, they don't want any of these guys. Never mind. All right, so we're not going to be able to trade them to. No, not going to work for the Anaheim Ducks. Chicago. Do you guys want these older players? Olin, they do want. No, they don't want these guys. All right, so we're going to have to find a team that actually wants these guys. Nope. Detroit. We already have Detroit's 2nd-round pick. Edmonton. There you go. Edmonton's a team. Yeah, now Edmonton wants to hold on to their 1st, but I'll take their 2nd. All right, David Moss for a 2nd straight up. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad trade. All right, so David Moss for the 2nd-round pick from Edmonton this year. Will it go through? Nope, not sufficient at all. So I'll have to add something else in here. I probably can just unload some players that I know I don't need anymore. Hang on. Give me some players that you guys want. There you go. Bolduck, yeah, all these guys I can trade away. Chipchura. Do I want to trade away Kyle Chipchura? I could use him for next year. I could use Kyle Chipchura for next year. He's a decent player. Hold on to him. He's only 28 years old. Stone, holding on to all of you guys. Yep, no. Korpakowski, I could trade away 2 here. Moss and Korpikoski and try to get like a first or something. Would that work? All skaters. What other potential players do they have here? Horak, 4-star potential. 77 with 1. Ooh, is this guy? Roman Horak. Sniper. No. I don't think he fits into our roster that well. Keith Ollie. A few guys down there at 3.5-star potential. I'm just... Should I even try or should I just get like a tough guy? Yeah, I just need one roster player. You know what? I'll save that second here. Yeah. I'll take off Moss. I'll put in Korpikoski for the second. That will make it go through. And I might be able to add a third as well if I add in a sixth. Alright, so Korpikoski and a sixth for a second and a third. Will it go through? Just a bit low for us. Okay, so I'll leave the sixth. I'll take the seventh for next year. Will it go through? Still? Alright, I'll take the sixth for next year. Will it go through? There you go. Alright, so Korpikoski and 2 sixths for Edmonton's second and third in this year's draft. Alright, so I think I want to calm down with draft picks for this year, at least second or thirds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the second round and 1, 2, 3, 3 in the third round. So we're going to get a good chunk of players right there. Alright, so I think I want to hold off for getting draft picks for this year. I could get some more draft picks for next year, though. Shane Doan, Vermette, McCallick, and Moss. These 3 guys got to go, and then we're good to go. So McCallick. Yeah, I'll get this guy out of here first. Alright, so let's find another team. Los Angeles. No, they don't have the cap space to accept it. Nashville. Yeah, they have the cap space. Alright, so maybe we'll try for a first-round pick with McCallick here, if I can make it go through. We're going to have to add a few players here, but I want to get that extra first-round pick as well. Alright, so Doan, Moss. Yeah, should it be Moss or should it be Antoine Vermette for this one? Because it's a lot of trade value. Yeah, I'll use Antoine Vermette for this one. Alright, and all skaters now. Let's go, and let's see if we can find anyone. Watson, this guy, oh, he's only 23 years old. I'll take that. Austin Watson. He's a center. Yeah, I would try to pick up Austin Watson here. Alright, so there you go. He can help out. Antoine Vermette. Yeah. Okay, that could be close. It could. I might have to add like a third or something in here. Watson, is that it? Salamaki. How old are these guys? 21 years old. I'll get the Salamaki guy as well. All right, so there you go. Now I'm gonna have to add another player back the other way. Let me just get somebody here. I know I can give up. Age. Should we go with Moss? Yeah, we'll go with Moss. All right. So it's a lot, but we want to get that first round pick this year. All right, so Vermette, McCallick, and David Moss for the first round. We're also getting 2 younger players that can turn out to be something in the future. This Mika Salamaki guy is a 2-way forward. The reason I got him is I know it's only 3.5-star, but he's 21 years old and he's already 77 overall. So, like, you know, another year or 2, he might be NHL ready. So, boom, boom. Yeah, those 2 will cover. These 2 will cover, and then the first. Yeah, that might go through. All right, so McCallick, Vermette, Moss for a first, Austin Watson, and Salamaki. And we'll also just try the third because I don't want to get lowballed here. Will it go through? Nope. All right. Will it go through? Nope. All right, so I wasn't lowball. I wasn't being lowballed. Will it go through here? No. Okay. So the first-round picks, boys, see what I mean? First-round picks are very hard to pick up. So I think I'll give up Edmonton's third to get this first as well. All right, I know it's a lot, but we're going to get that first-round pick from Nashville. Yeah, I'll do it. McCallick, Vermette, and Moss for a first. Yeah, because in the first round, you could find 4.5-star players. Yeah, I'd do it. All right, so third-round pick. Will it go through? Really? The deal would put Nashville in a situation where Matt Cullen would be put on waivers, which at the end of the day would just be too costly. We have to reject this deal. Matt Cullen, what the hell? All right, so I have to get Matt Cullen come back the other way. Is that how that works? Wow, there's trade value. Nope, all right, I'm going to have to scratch this trade. It's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. I think they have either too close to the salary cap or something. Who knows? All right, so that's not going to work. So I'll just go back with the draft picks then. All right, so I'll just try to get a second in next year instead. McCallick, yep, that's fine. And I'll try to get Austin Watson as well. Austin Watson. There you go. All right, so if I give you McCallick and Moss, will that give me Watson and a second for next year? Where is he? Right wingers. Moss. There you go. All right, McCallick and Moss for a second next year. and also a third next year. Will it go through? Okay, no. So for some, this is a new feature. I never saw this in NHL 14. Apparently something to do with Matt Cullen on their team. They can't make it work, so they're saying no to this deal. All right. So that's good to know. What happens if it's just like a Moss deal? If I just trade Moss to you for the second, will that go through? Trade block is too far off. Let me give them a 7th for next year as well. Will it go through? Too far off. All right. I'll give you a 5th as well. Will it go through? All right. Yeah, Matt Cullen. So that's something new. If a team has somebody on their team that is just, I don't even know what that is. The salary cap is too much or something. They won't accept the trade at all. All right. So just be aware of that. So that was a waste of time. Shane Doan, Moss, Vermette. Yeah, let's get Vermette and McCallick out of here before we do any more simulating. We have to. Rangers, it's a high first-round pick. Let's see, St. Louis. Yeah, you know what? It's almost like the first-round picks are like, I don't want to say useless, but Jesus, the trade value is so much on them. Yeah, you know what? I could get Tampa Bay's here. I think I already got Tampa Bay's second, didn't I? So I'll take their first as well. Yeah, I already took their second. I'll take their first. Gonna have to get somebody going back the other way. If they have some salary cap available. No, they don't. All right, nope. Screw Tampa Bay. So yeah, it's becoming hard to trade, boys. Washington trade value is too much. I'm looking for a first-round pick. Anaheim, I guess, have to be one of them. They don't want Antoine Vermette, though. That's why it doesn't work in Anaheim. Boston, yeah, Boston would work, I guess. They're kind of low for first-round pick. Yeah, I could make that go through. All right, so Antoine Vermette, and I'm going to move up a third-round pick. So basically, we're moving the third and Antoine Vermette up to a first-rounder. All right, so Antoine Vermette and a third for Boston's first overall this year. Will it go through? Just a bit low for us. Okay, I can deal with that. Give me the 7th for next year. Will it go through? There you go. All right, so I traded Antoine Vermette, and now we have a first-round pick, or 2 first-round picks, 4 second-round picks, and 2 third-round picks. All right, so we're moving up in the to get first-rounders now. And also, yeah, let's get rid of McCallick. There you go, and Moss. Try to get rid of both these guys. Find a team with the trade value, and a team that wants them both as well. Vancouver. You know what? Vancouver. I might just want to trade for some of these younger players here. There you go. I could also get... interesting. You know what? I'll snag up their second for next year. Or you know what? Maybe I should snag up their first for next year. Because they might not be a good team next year, you know? Yeah, you know what? That might be an attempt to try to get something good for next year. You know what? I'll try to get the first round pick for next year for Vancouver. Because it's kind of low. And they might not be a good team next year. So I want to try that. Mallet. There you go. Going to have to add some more players here. DeFazio. All right. McCallick. Moss. Mallet. Yep. And add one more here. Sweats. Yeah, Sweats. Now, who else can I add going back the other way? I'm going to have to get one more in there. Goalies. Byzantine Burke. Dubnyk. I could trade away Devin Dubnyk. Yeah, give up Dubnyk. There you go. He's got some trade value. I'm not going to need him for the rest of the year. Defenseman. McBain. I'm going to hold on to McBain. He's a useful defenseman for the future. Schlemko. I could trade away Schlemko. Yeah. If I need the trade value. Hang on. Moss, I'm already trading him away, Moss. Lesio, you guys were saying. Gagne, Samuelson, McInnes, McMillan. McMillan and Chipchura, I might as well hold on to these two guys. These guys are depth. Yeah, might as well hold on to McMillan and Chipchura for next year. Yeah, it can be Schlemko. Oh, no, Schlemko puts us over the limit. All right, so there you go. Take him off. 1, 2. Do I need to have Sweat out here? No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. Goalies. You know, I can just bring him back a goalie instead of Sweat. Yeah, that works as well. All right, so Devin Dubnyk should cover this guy. Moss should cover that guy. McCallick should cover this guy. And then the extras hopefully equal the first-round pick for next year. All right, so we're going for a first-rounder for next year for McCallick, Moss, and Dubnyk. Will it go through? Oh, my God, look at this. You've given us a fair offer, but if we accepted this offer or this proposal, we would have to make some roster changes, which would include Jacob Markstrom being on waivers. Holy crap, so... This is interesting with the trades now. You can't just freewheel. Where's Markstrom? Markstrom's right here. Yeah, there's no point. There's no way I'm trading for Markstrom either. There's no way. That's just not going to happen. If I try to get his set. Why would you have to drop Markstrom to friggin... I don't understand that. They have too many goalies up top. Is that it? What about if you give me another skater who's on your NHL team right now? Hang on, I'm trying to actually do some experiments here. Like this Jeffrey guy, he's on your team. If you give me that, will it go through? Too far off now. Okay, hang on. We're too far off, so let me just add a draft pick. I'll give you a fifth from this year. Will it go through? Derek Morris now. If we would... Wait, hang on. We think this proposal could work, but if we accept the deal, we would have to put Derek Morris on waivers. What the hell? All these guys that need to clear waivers. I don't understand it. Where's Derek Morris now? Let's see this. Derek Morris. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand waivers in this game, all right? So we can't make that trade with Vancouver now either. Jesus. All right, you know what? Hang on a sec. I want to make sure I don't lose this. We've been going for a while. All right, that's much better. Yeah, so I'm trying to make these trades, and for some reason, you know, they're just not going through. Maybe it's McCallick, but teams that have either too many players on their team or whatever, trades won't work. That's a pain in the ass as well. I almost had that deal for the first-round pick for next year. That would have been good. So let's try to find another team. Boston's got a pretty... they got no trade... They got no cap space. Looking for a team with a low first-round pick for next year. Chicago, but they're pretty much guaranteed to be a good team now that Kane and Taves aren't going anywhere. Dallas, Detroit, Edmonton, Florida, LA's even higher up. That's why Vancouver's... I wanted that trade so bad. Nashville's... Yeah, Nashville's is like the same as Vancouver's. But I think Nashville had the same thing with Matt Cullen, right? Yeah. Fuck. Two teams with good trade value for next year. Damn waivers. I can't make a trade. Well, friggin' make some moves and get rid of that so you can put that trade through. Yeah, okay. Tampa Bay and St. Louis, same thing. Yeah. Oh, man. That would have been such a good trade to get this first-round pick for next year. But there's no way it's going to work. So St. Louis and Tampa. Yeah, St. Louis has it. Tampa. I'll go after St. Louis's. Let's try to get St. Louis, all right? So St. Louis pick next year. Dubnyk. Moss, McCallick for the first rounder for next year. And the good thing is I don't have to actually give up or put in any players to make it, or get any players back to make the trade value even more. So that's good. Just going to go through anybody that I can maybe pick up. No, there's nobody. All right, so yeah, I'll just go for that first round pick for next year. McCallick, Moss, Dubnyk. I might be able to get something else in this as well. We'll try to get a third for this year also. Will it go through? Nope. All right. A fourth for this year. Will it go through? Oh, my God. Oh, we'd have to put Devin Dubnyk on waivers. Why? I wish they would tell me why this is happening. I don't know why this is happening now. So I'll take Dubnyk off. Take the fourth. I'll leave the fifth. So Moss and McCallick. I'll take the fifth off. Moss and McCallick for a first rounder for next year for St. Louis. Will it go through? No. All right. We try the fifth again. Will it go through? No. Okay. I'm going to need I'll give it a seventh from 2 years from now. McCallick, Moss, a fifth and a seventh. Come on. Will it go through? Oh, my God. Close to fair value. Sixth. Yeah. These weird waiver things. Okay, so I've never seen these before. So I'm going to, you know what? For right now, I'm not going to make any more trades. I can't find the teams. So what we can do is we can simulate ahead a little bit more, get to the trade deadline, and then take a look at it. Because right now, it's just not working out for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, Olin can stay up, yep. All right, and then Crombeen, Vitali, Klinkhammer, yeah, you guys can all stay up. Lieso, Bolduc, you can come up. All right, and no, I'm going to leave Lesio and Samuelson in the minors. All right, so we got a few trades done. Alfredsson is gone. And hang on a second here, trade players. I wanted to get a little bit more, but man, it was just really hard. So we got Boston's first-round pick. We picked up... Edmonton and Tampa Bay's second-round pick. All right, so three draft picks that we picked up. I can't even talk. All right, and we were not able to get a draft pick for next year, which I wanted. First, I wanted that second-round pick. Then I wanted that first-round pick. That would have been nice, but it wasn't meant to be. All right, so let's simulate ahead. Let's get up to the trade deadline, and then you guys can comment away. Yeah, I mean, this could be a long video, whatever. I wanted to trade a little bit quicker, but I did not expect that. That waiver message to pop up. I've never seen that before. So there's something popping up where if I make a trade, the team's going to have to put a player through waivers, and they've programmed it now where they don't do that. So I guess it's a good thing because I have waivers on, right? Maybe with that old feature, if I made that trade, then they would have dropped somebody in that trade right to waivers right away. I've seen that in the past, so maybe that's a fix for that. Who knows? But I wish I could tell if a team was willing to trade or not. Because it seems like the team just, in general, can't trade anything. because I tried making the trades with players with no salary, and I tried getting players on their team to come back to my team to balance the rosters, right? Just didn't work. So, yeah, you guys can actually do some experiments on that as well, because we got to figure that out. That actually put a, what's it called? A wrench in my trading engine right there, if you will. So let's see how the Phoenix Coyotes react to those trades. Man, we're actually winning some games. Mike Smith came back from injury, and now we're winning some games. Great. See, this is why I wanted to make the trades, so we wouldn't win games. And all of a sudden, we start to win games. This is great. Jesus. San Jose Sharks, 24-30-2. They're not having the greatest season. Come on, we'll lose some games now. I've completely made the decision to just flop the season. Oh, man, we're winning games. Now we're getting back to 500. Good Lord. All right, so 25-32. Yeah, we've climbed up. We were 10 games below 500. Now we're only 8 games, so we've gotten a little bit better since those trades. I don't know how. Shouldn't our team be a little bit worse? But 25-29-4. So we still have guys like Shane Doan, who we can trade away. Mike Smith, we're going to hold on to because he's got 5 years left at 32 years old. And we have Mark Byzantine in the minors who can come up and replace him. So for right now, because I want to see if we can come back next year. You know what I mean? We have some younger players, and I want to see if, next year we can maybe be a competitive team. There's no need to, deliberately try to, crap the bed 2 seasons back-to-back in this game just because rookies do get good pretty quickly in this. So we can try. Come on, I just want to see some losses. There you go. Lose some games. There you go. We're back to 10 games below 500. Get those regulation losses in there, though. I want to get I want a top 3 pick this year. Connor McDavid would be nice. I don't think I've ever had Connor McDavid on my team in GM modes. So that would be a welcome change of pace, but it's not a guarantee. And there's no way that you can move up to get that first round pick. I mean, you'd have to give up a lot of trade value. So 26, 32, and 5 come the trade deadline, all right? So if you take a look at the NHL, where are we? We have 57 points. We've actually passed the San Jose Sharks, but 57 points. Yeah, we are fourth from the bottom in the NHL. So I do want to lose some more games, and we can do that once we trade away some players, all right? So, where would Vancouver be? See, that's why I want that pick from Vancouver, man. They're in 5th right now. Next year, they may not be a good team. That would be a great pick to try to acquire. So, you guys saw a bunch of players that were available when I was doing my trading. I can't even talk. Doing my trading a few minutes ago. So, which players do you think we should try to go after? Our trading assets, we have Oland, Doan. Well, Oland really doesn't have any trade value, but Doan, Moss, Michalek. That's pretty much for it up front. I want to hold on to everybody else for next year. So we have 3 forwards that we can trade away. And I know that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. I was in all skaters there. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, so the 3 skaters that we have to trade away are Shane Doan, David Moss, and Michalek. And we also have, what's his name, Mike Smith, if we want to, because that trade value is very nice for right now. I don't think it'll drop, so maybe next year we can get 1 more year with them, and then trade them at the end of next year or something. But you know what? I'm open to possibilities. And there's our draft picks going into this year. All right, so we're already good for the 2nd and 3rd round. If you guys want firsts, fine. But maybe with these guys, maybe now we should focus on getting specific prospects, because so far all I've done is trading for draft picks. All right, so you guys go nuts. We have 3 more trading assets that we can make. We can move in 1 trade or 3 different trades to pick up, I don't know, some core players, some 3.5-star players, or we can put them all into 1 trade and try to get like another first round pick. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.